And then come to stand. And you're going to step with your feet wider than hip width distance. So your feet are going to line outside of your hips. And then just relax your arms by your side. And as I always like to start, just come into slowing your breath down. And you might have a little sway from front to back as you start to find your center. But then you'll start to come into your stillness. It's something I was reflecting on before coming into practice this evening is, as someone who kind of works that 9-to-5 job, or, as they say, sort of 9-ish to 5-ish job, it's nice to have a sort of stop to the end of the day, even if it's a gentle stop. There might be some text messaging or emails floating out there, but sort of bringing a close to the brunt of the day. It's probably the social worker in me, but I learned it's nice to transition out of the day with sort of celebrating my wins and shift into honoring my feelings. There's so much outpours towards others in our day. And it's nice to have this space to consciously check in with yourself. So at the start of my work journey, when I was sort of verging into the world of being a social worker, I would end my day by taking 5 minutes just to sort of open up my journal and sort of just let go all the thoughts that are ruminating in my head. And then as I got in my car to drive home, I would check in with myself and really see how I was feeling, how I was doing. I think it's that time that transitioned into yoga. That sort of grew into this path of coming into practice at the close of my workday. And be it for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, that this was a way for me to consciously check in with myself. So that is my thought for this evening. Just checking in with yourself. So as you stand here, just let the thoughts of the day sort of drift into the background. And I would sort of think about them floating into one ear and traveling out the other. And then start to draw your attention to your breath. I think it's one of the beauties of coming into mindful breath, drawing your attention inward. And then you're going to lift up your left heel, just coming onto the ball of your left foot. And then lower that heel back. Then you're going to lift up your right heel. And lower that heel back. And we're just going to go from side to side, lifting up the left, Lowering your left heel back, lifting up the right. Lowering that heel back. Really just mindfully sort of checking in side to side. And you can do this as fast or as slow as your body's calling for. And then after your last round, you're going to lift up all 10 toes and start to shift your weight into the soles of your feet. And then you'll lower your toes back to your mat. And you're going to reach your hands up to sky. And reaching up through your fingers. Lower your arms behind your back. You're going to interlace your fingers and hug your shoulder blades together. And keeping hugged into mentos. Might be like a little boat out there you're wanting to do, sort of pressing out through your chest, and really hug your chest into center, like some warmth through your core. You're going to uninterlace your fingers and just lower your arms by your side. Then you're going to just take one further step out, just widening your stance with your feet. You're going to bring your hands to your hips. Take a gentle bend in your knees. And then take a gentle forward fold, lowering your hands down to your mat. Then you're going to walk both your hands over to your right foot, keeping your fingers and toes pointed forward. Maybe take a bend into your right knee. And just really feeling some release into your left leg, to the inside of your quad, into the groin. And then you'll walk both your hands over to your left foot, keeping your fingers and toes pointed in the same direction. And just sort of inviting a little bit of relief into your right side. Gentle bend into your left knee. And then this, we're going to go side to side. So walking your hands back over towards your right foot. Getting some traction to the inside of your left leg. And then you'll walk to your hands to the other side. Bend in your left knee. Getting a little release into the right. You're just going to go side to side. Again, as fast or as slow. It's calling to you. Getting some movement into your hips. We'll do one more round before coming back into center. You're then going to come into a wide-legged downward dog. So you're going to walk your hands off of your mat and onto the floor. You want to keep your weight into your feet and out of your hands. You might send your hands out a little bit wider than your shoulders, just to sort of mirror your feet at the back of your mat. Then you'll shift your gaze to the wall behind you. And feel the release of the crown of your head and through your backside. You're going to take 4 breaths here. Grounding into your fingers, pressing into the heel of your hands. And then you're going to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And walk your hands to the front of your mat, spreading your toes to the front of your mat. Step your left foot to the front of your mat. Bring your hands to your shins and lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. You're going to step your feet hip width distance apart, like there's 2 fists in between your feet. And bring hands to opposite elbows. You're going to hang in a ragdoll. So there's a bend in your knees. And you can stay in stillness or sway your ragdoll from side to side. And then you'll come back into stillness and lower your hands down to your mat. Press through the soles of your feet. Extend your hands behind you like a ski jump. Find length through your torso. Rise up into standing, reaching your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Inhale, reach your hands up. You're going to take your left hand to your right wrist. Find the length through your right side and carry that over to the left. Press through the sole of your right foot. You'll come into center. Right hand to your left wrist. Taking the side bend to the other side. Pressing in through the sole of your left foot. You'll then come back into center. Reach both your hands up to sky. And then on your exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find some length through your backside. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. You're going to ground your hands on your mat. Step your left foot to back of mat. Rotate your left heel down. You're grounding into your warrior two. Rise up into your warrior, gazing over your right hand in front of space. You're going to take a bend in your elbows, palms face towards earth. Hug your shoulder blades together. Extend your arms back out. And bring your hands to your hips. Feel the openness into the hips, into the front side of your body. Breathe into this space. You're going to lengthen out through your right leg. And take a bend back into your right knee. Lengthen out through your right leg. Take a bend back into your right knee. Lengthen out through your right leg. Bend back into your right knee. Extend your arms straight out, gazing over your right hand. Then extend both hands to sky. Lengthen out through your right leg. Rotate your right toes to point towards the left side of your mat. Your left toes will point to back of mat. Come into your warrior two. Find the openness through the front side of your body. Take a bend in your elbows, palms face towards earth. Hug the shoulder blades together. Breathe into the space. Extend your arms back out to a T. And then bring your hands to your hips. Lengthen out through your left leg. Bend into your knee. Find the length of your left. Bend into your left knee. Find the length. Bend into your left knee. Extend your arms back out. And then reach your hands to sky. Lengthen out through your left leg. Rotate your left toes to point towards the side edge of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, you find length. Exhale, carry that length forward. You'll lower your hands down to your mat. Walk your hands to the front of your mat, spinning toes to the front of your mat. Step your left foot to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Ground your hands in and step back into your plank. Lower your knees to your mat. Lower all the way to your abdomen. On your inhale, you're going to lift up into a baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Lift up into a tabletop. And get your hands grounded into your mat. Knees under your hips. You're going to round to the back side, shifting gaze towards your knees. Come into your cow, shifting tailbone up, soft gaze to front of space. Roll into your cat, rounding to the back side. Coming into your cow, shifting tailbone up, soft gaze to front of space. You're then going to walk your hands forward. Coming into this diagonal so your hips are not over your knees, but in front of your knees. And then lower all the way down to your abdomen. Inhale into a baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. You're going to lift up into your tabletop. Curl your toes under, downward facing dog. Or you can stay in your tabletop, whichever speaks to you. You're going to take 3 breaths in your chosen position. And then we're all going to meet at the back of our mat. So take a bend in your knees. Walk your hands to the back of your mat. If you're in tabletop, you'll just come to stand up. Walking your hands to the back of your mat. Bring your hands to your shins and lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. And take a mindful walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands on your mat. Step your left foot to back of mat. We're coming into low lunge. You're going to lower your left knee. Reach your hands to sky. You're then going to lower your hands to your mat. Keep your left hand on your mat. Extend your right hand up to sky. Keeping your right knee hugged into center. So having it bow out, keeping it hugged in. Breath in. Breath out. You're then going to lower your right hand to your mat. Lift up your left knee. Step your left foot to the front of your mat. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Grounding hands in, step your right foot to back of mat. Low lunge, so you'll lower your left knee. Reach your hands to sky. Gaze is straight forward. You'll then lower your hands to your mat. Taking this just to the other side, extending your left hand up. Keeping left knee hugged into center. And keep gaze closed or gaze out to that side of your room. Lower your left hand to your mat. Lift up your right knee. Step your right foot to the front of your mat. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. You're going to ground your hands on your mat. Step your left foot to back of mat. Rise up into your high lunge, reaching hands to sky. Open up into your warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Warrior two. Lower your hands to mat to frame your right foot. Spin left toes forward. Step your left foot to the front of your mat. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Ground your hands in. Step your right foot to back of mat. Rotate that heel down. Rise up into your warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Warrior two. Lower your hands to mat to frame your left foot. Swing the right toes forward. Step your right foot to the front of your mat. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Ground hands in, step back into your plank. Hug elbows next to your side. Lower all the way to your abdomen. Inhale, guide you into a baby cobra. On your exhale, lower. Lift up into your tabletop. You can stay here or curl toes under. Downward facing dog. Bend in your knees. Walk your hands to the back of your mat. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. Take a mindful walk to the front of your mat. And then just lower your arms by your side. Roll your shoulders into your ears. Release them down your backside. Shoulders into your ears. Release them down your backside. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Ground your hands on your mat. Step back into your downward facing dog. We're going to come into a side plank. So you're going to guide forward into your plank. Shift your heels to the left. You're going to lower your left knee to your mat. Extend your right hand to sky. Maybe you lift your right foot up to sky. Keeping lifted up out of that shoulder. And if you want to do a full side plank, you'll just extend both feet to the back of your mat. Keep reaching up through that right hand. You're going to realign your plank. Press back for a downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Fly forward into your plank. You're going to shift your heels to the right. Extend left hand to sky. You can also lower the right knee. But doing the side plank that speaks to you. You'll then lower your left hand back to your mat. Press back for downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. You're going to look to your hands and step to the front of your mat. On your inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. And then you're going to come into a tree tonight. So you're going to get grounded into your left foot. Your right toes become light. Bring your right knee up, pressing to the sole of your right foot. Open up in your hip. Your tree can be your toes on your mat, heel on your calf, so a foot on your calf or above your knee. So it's anywhere but your knee. But your legs hug in together. And then you reach your branches to sky. Bring the opening into the hip. Balance from your core, not from your ankle. Gaze straight forward on something not moving. Hands to heart center. Right knee forward. Right foot back on your mat. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. And we're just going to take that to the other side. Find your vision. Focus on something not moving. Get grounded into your right foot. The left toes become light. You'll bring your left knee up into center. Open in the hip. Engage sole of foot with your leg anywhere but the knee. Once you feel the stability of your tree, you'll reach your branches out. Keeping your shoulders hugged through the backside. Hands to heart center. Left knee forward. Left foot back on your mat. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your hands to sky. Exhale, bring your hands into heart center. You're going to toe heel your feet together. Hug your legs in together. Engagement of your core. We're going to come into a knees together Melasana squat. So you're going to keep lowering your tailbone down towards your mat. You're going to come to the balls of your feet. Lower your hands to your mat. And then just come to a seat. You're going to hug your knees into your chest. Take some gentle rocks from side to side. And then lower your feet to your mat. You're going to walk your feet to the side edges of your mat. And let your knees knock in. Extend your arms out to a T. You'll release your knees up towards sky. Keep the soles of your feet at the side edges of your mat. And you're going to do a little windshield wiper of your knees from side to side. And you'll bring your knees back into stillness. And then toe heel your feet into center. So your feet aren't touching, they're hip width distance apart. It's a little bit hard to gauge because you can't see your feet. But walk your heels back toward your sit bones. So your ankles are underneath your knees. Often in class we'll say like reach down to see that your heels can touch your fingertips, but then people sort of widen out their feet. So just walk your heels back so you feel like, okay, I feel like I could press into the soles of my feet. You're going to come into a bridge this evening. So you're going to come into these robot arms. So there's a bend in your elbows and your palms face one another. You're going to press into your triceps and into the soles of your feet and lift your hips up. Lift your chin, lift your heart. You're going to lower your hands to your mat, interlace your fingers, and extend your fingers towards your heels, lifting your hips up. Think about reaching your knees to the front of your room. You can gaze at your ceiling or shift gaze close. Press into the soles of the feet, lifting of your hips. Feeling the warmth and openness to the front side of your body. Then you'll lower back to your mat, keeping that length through your backside. Walk your feet to the side edges of your mat, letting your knees knock in. Extend your arms out to a T. Deep breath in. Guided breath out. You're then going to walk your feet back into center. You're going to take another round of your bridge. So feel the groundedness in the soles of your feet. So if your feet are slightly forward, it's hard to press that and you don't get the weight into the soles of your feet. So walk them back towards your sit bones. Come into these robot arms, so bend in the elbows, palms face one another, and then press through the soles of your feet and lift up your hips. Lower your hands to your mat, interlace your fingers, lift of heart, lift of chin. Keep the breath flowing through. You're going to take 3 more breaths here. Feeling the openness through the front side of your body. Keep reaching your knees toward the front of your space. Keep the knees hugged into center. You'll then uninterlace your fingers and lower back to your mat, one vertebra at a time. This time you're going to bring the soles of your feet to touch, opening up in the knees. And then resting your hands at your hips. Deep breath in. Guided breath out. Mindful breath in. Guided breath out. And using your hands, you're going to bring your knees back into center. You're going to hug your right knee into your chest and extend your left foot to the end of your mat. You're going to extend your right arm out to a half T so your wrist is in line with your shoulder. Palm is up towards sky. With the use of your left hand, you're going to guide your right knee over to the left. And then your gaze can be towards the left, up towards sky, or over towards the right, however that speaks to you. Deep breath in, guided breath out. Bring your knee back into center. Hug your knee into your chest. And then lower your right foot to your mat. Hug your left knee into your chest. And extend your right foot to the end of your mat. Extend your left hand out to a half T. And guide your left knee over to the right. And maybe your knee is in line with your hip, slightly higher than your hip or slightly lower than your hip. But finding what expression works for you. Tuning into how you are feeling. Deep breath in. Heavy breath out. Guide your knee back into center. Both your knees into your chest. You can take gentle rocks from side to side. Or stay in stillness. See if there's anything else your body is needing. And when you are ready, you'll start to guide yourself into your Shavasana. Extend your feet to the end of your mat. Rolling your arms out by your side, but giving space between your arms and your side body. If you feel like there's a tweak in your lower back, bring the soles of your feet to your mat. Just let your knees knock in. And feel the backside of your body release towards earth. When you find that place of stillness, take a deep breath in and exhale, let it all out. Deep breath in. Take another sip of air in. And exhale, let it all go. Shavasana. You're going to bring some gentle movement back into your body. And bring the soles of your feet to your mat. You're going to roll over to your favorite side and guide yourself up into seated. Then just rest your hands wherever is comfortable for you. You're going to keep your gaze shifted close. And just take a moment to bring gratitude for making it to your practice this evening. That you've carved this time out for yourself to nourish you. There's so many other things that you did today to nourish the outside world. But you carved off this time to pay attention to you. I thought we'd close with gratitude, sort of gratitude of the day. Things that you are grateful for in the journey of your day. And they don't have to be big things. Sometimes we get into like a case that we won or a project that was completed, but it can also be that you took time to have your favorite cup of coffee this morning, that you got through emails that were sitting there that you need to get done, that you took the time to take your dog out for a walk this afternoon versus sitting and doing more work. What are things in your day that you were grateful for? What are things that just bring an instant smile when you think about them in your day? So often we gloss over the little pieces of joy we have in our day. Like the windstorm of the past 2 days is over and it was a little sunny outside. So stepping outdoors was a beautiful thing this morning. Perhaps this afternoon you took a break to just sit and be. A time for reflection, a time for noticing. And carve some time into your evening to get some gentle movement reflection in for your moment, for your day. What are you grateful for today? It can be one thing, it can be 15 things. This is just the moment to bring attention to the things that brought you joy in your day, the things that you're grateful that you have added into your space. And you're going to take this gratitude with you as you place your right hand to your heart. And your left hand over your right, keeping the warmth within you. I bow chin to chest in gratitude of your practice. I bow to you. Namaste.